Hello everyone. How to configure the cluster in real-time projects. I worked for 7 projects, mostly all projects we configured. Use the multi-node then next. Access mode is no isolation shared. Databricks runtime version we used the 12.2 LTS. We didn't use photon acceleration. It is costing more, but we tested performance. We didn't see much difference. Worker type we used standard de stereo 2 end. 28 gigabytes memory, 8 cores. Min workers is 2. Max workers is 8. Then after, driver type we use same as worker. Standard de stereo 2. 28 gigabytes memory, 8 cores. Then after, enable auto scaling. Terminate after 20 minutes of inactivity. Then next, Databricks notebook got stuck weekly 3 times. So solution is, if your load is high, then try to configure 2 clusters based on your load. If load is less, don't need to configure. Use only 1 cluster. But we use 1 cluster then after we saw the notebook every time shell script is failing or got stuck. It is continually. It is showing in progress from 4 to 8 hours. So we decided to add this into cluster in its script. So for that, we removed that code and copied into the notepad and saved it as script.sh. Then after, I upload that file into the Databricks test folder. Then after that uploaded zip file path, copy that, else go to the cluster, edit it, then go to advanced option. There you have in a tab. Under that tab, select the path where you uploaded the file. Then use this cluster in your ADF. Why we added like this: when the cluster is started, that time only will run instead of running again and again in notebooks. So then after, we did face any issues. Task 1. Counting rows in delta tables and combining results. The code creates a list of delta table names, which is a list of strings representing different tables. It initializes an empty list, result list, to store intermediate results. Using a for loop, the code iterates over each table name. It runs a SQL query to count the number of rows in each table. The count is stored in a DataFrame, CN, along with the table name. It uses string concatenation to dynamically form the SQL query for each table. The results are then added to the result list. Finally, it combines all individual count data frames in result list using the union operation, creating a single data frame called final DF. The final DF data frame, which contains the count of rows per table and their names, is displayed. Task 2. Counting non-null values in columns of a table. This segment counts the number of non-null values for each column in a specified delta table. The code imports spark.sql functions as f. It loads the data for the specified table into a data frame called df. It uses a select statement combined with a list comprehension to create a new data frame, column count df, that iterates over each column in the data frame, applies a function to count the non-null values for each column. The result is displayed, showing the count of non-null values for each column. Task 3. Counting distinct values in columns of a table. This segment counts distinct values for each column in the specified delta table. Again, spark functions are imported as f. The data for the table is loaded into a data frame called df. A new data frame, distinct count df, is created by iterating over each column in the data frame, using f.countDistinct to count the distinct values for each column. The distinct count results for each column are displayed.